Hey everybody, Tim Charron here. I teach singers, songwriters, and bands how to book great gigs and explode your music career. So today we're going over the 3 biggest mistakes people make booking gigs. So number 1, we're going to dive right into it. Number 1, sending people to your social media account for content to submit to book gigs or to submit for anything for that matter, instead of using a very simple YouTube link and or, which you should use together, is actually having a website and then have a YouTube video embedded on that website, preferably right on the front of the website on the home page. But regardless, you should always use a YouTube video for your promo to send to pitch to anyone as far as booking gigs, or if you're, say, a sideman or woman and you want to play guitar for a band or an artist. YouTube video, send that link. The last thing you want to do is send anybody scurrying around your Facebook account or your Instagram and just frustrating the hell out of people, because that looks extremely unprofessional. So, number 2, and this one I used to do all the time, so this is a big mistake that I know firsthand from experience, and that's trying to sell yourself too hard. You do not want to call venues or send emails trying to pitch yourself like a used car salesman. I know it's kind of counterintuitive, because people think that you have to be able to sell yourself. That's what I teach, is you want to do it, you want to book gigs the easy way, and that is let your content do the talking. Let your content do the talking, let your resume do the talking, so you don't have to. Because I don't know about you, but I'm a crappy salesman, and trying to sell myself I'm even worse at. So I would much rather do it the easy way and be able to just call somebody and say, I'm going to send you a YouTube video link to our performance, and then that person can judge for themselves whether or not they want to hire us to perform at their festival or at their bar or restaurant, whatever it might be. So that's number 2. Okay, this one is similar to number 2, but number 3, and I used to be guilty of this myself, so these are a bunch of mistakes that I've made in my career, and learned from them, changed my approach, and now I'm teaching this stuff to you so that you don't have to go through all this stuff. You don't have to go through the trials and tribulations and the blood, sweat, and beers that I had to go through to figure this stuff out. So for like 5 years of my career, I would here's number 3. Stop trying to pump yourself up to everybody that you meet. Stop trying to tell everybody that you meet. It's just like trying to call a venue and pump yourself up and try to convince them that you're the next, you're better than the Beatles, and so all these reasons why, and all these things that you've done, and blah blah blah. So I used to do this back when I first started. Was just everybody that I met just out in public. I would be like, oh, I'm a musician, I'm a singer, and I'm playing here, and oh, you should come to my gig, you should come to my show. When I stopped doing that, I think people really appreciated it, because nobody wants to be sold to. I mean, God, even never mind venues and people in the music business, but just your neighbors or your friends or your friends' friends, or people that you just that you know or that you meet, or even your family. Like, nobody wants to be pitched to and sold to and told how great you are and blah 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 blah. You know who's the worst at this? And I'm going to do a video coming up all about this. Momagers. There's the perfect example. Don't be your own momager. Like, don't be, oh, I've done this and I've done that and I've done this and I've done that. If you meet people and eventually they'll either find out about what you do or they won't. And it's much more powerful if they find out kind of by their own, or if they ask questions and you just tell them what you do, and then like, just mention like, oh yeah, here's my website or whatever, or get them on social media, and then they can kind of follow your career. So those are the three things. So do not send, number one, do not send anybody in the music business to your social media. It's a waste of their time. You look like a total rookie. Number two, do not try to sell yourself and be a used car salesman to people in the music business, venues, stuff like that. It's awful. It's annoying. It'll get you way less gigs than more gigs, that's for sure. Number three, don't pump yourself up to people. Let them find out what you do on their own, and do not act like your own momager, which is like, oh my God, my son is like the greatest triangle player to ever grace God's green earth, and you have got to... I've literally had momagers try to, over and over, text me and call me for weeks trying to get their son, who was like 20 years old, to come and sit in with my country rock band, and he plays the sax. It's like, if this person really wanted to do this, they could approach me themselves, number one. It's just super annoying thinking that your child is the next Bruno Mars or the next Kenny G or whatever. So I digress. So do me a favor, let me know if you have any topics that you want me to cover. I am doing a 30-day musician motivation month, and so every single day you're going to get a brand new podcast and a brand new video podcast from me on my YouTube channel. Subscribe. And on the Sharon Zone podcast, which is available everywhere that podcasts are available. Subscribe. Let me know if you have a topic that you want me to go over. And as always, make sure you grab that free download, my gift to you, the little mini ebook on how to book gigs the easy way. And that's at howtobookgigs.com. And I will see you in the next video and audio podcasts.